Hi everybody, thank you for joining us. We are back here with invitational coverage here in New Jersey. Our 3-day tournament has come to its last 8 players. We're gonna have our top 8 in its full this afternoon, but before we do that, we're gonna give you a chance to meet the competitors. We had a chance to sit down with each of them in the sideboard. We're gonna start with Nick Miller, talking with who may be our number 8 seed, but is certainly not the underdog in this tournament, Reed Duke.
Hello, welcome to the sideboard here at the StarCityGames.com Open Series Season 3 Invitation New Jersey. I'm Nick Miller alongside Reed Duke for our top 8 interviews. You are our 8th seed coming into the top 8.
Yeah.
Playing Blue Eye Red Miracles.
Yep.
You went 8-0 day 1, a bumpy day 2.
Yeah, kind of stumbled over the finish line.
Talk about your day 2 experience and what it was like hearing your name called there at the end of the day.
It was definitely an emotional roller coaster. The first loss was annoying. Mm-hmm. The second loss was stressful. The third loss was distressing. And the fourth loss was just despair. I thought I was out. I went for a long walk. I was just trying to clear my head. I thought I was out of the tournament, but 2 rounds later, I got lucky when I needed to, and here I am.
You got clutch wins against Max Tietz and Andrew Jessup to clinch it. All of your losses came on day 2 because you're undefeated day 1, so you had great breakers.
Yeah.
Snuck in there at our X4, and now you're playing against Jund in the quarterfinals. What do you think of this matchup?
It's a tough matchup. I mean, my plan A usually is counterbalance, but Alex has abrupt decay for counterbalance. Right. My plan B is usually Jace, but Alex has Bloodbraid Elf, Lightning Bolt, Punishing Fire, Red Elemental Blast for Jace. So it's just going to be a really brutal matchup, all about looking for opportunities and trying to piece together what I can.
What do you think is the key to winning this matchup in an unfavorable position?
I would say my key card is going to be Entreat the Angels, just surviving long enough to make that useful.
Timely Miracles then?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're 6-2 with your Legacy deck. Were you happy with it all weekend? Any changes you might wish you would make now?
No, I actually changed it this week to be better against Wasteland decks. I added more basic lands and even a 24th land, which is more than most people play. And that ended up being a lot of the field. So I feel pretty good about my resilience to people attacking my mana base, and I think that's going to be the key in this quarterfinal matchup too. Well,
this is your 4th Invitational, top 8 overall. You won in Los Angeles. Season 2 Invitational in Columbus, you made the top 8. You're back again for another shot at the token. If you win this tournament, what is your token going to be?
I want to be a dragon token in honor of the new Sarkin Vol being spoiled.
All right.
Yeah.
Get a little use in the coming years.
I hope so, yeah.
All right, Reed. Well, thanks for sitting down. Good luck in the quarterfinals. I'm going to send it over to Andrew Shrout and Devin O'Donnell.
Hey guys, Andrew Shrout. I'm sitting here with your 7th seed, Devin O'Donnell. How's it going, Devin?
Good, how are you?
So, I first met you, it was a little over a month ago now at the Open in Worcester. You posted a top 8 in the Standard Open with Mono Blue Devotion.
Yep.
And you're quickly kind of making your presence known, converting that now into an invitational top 8. Yep. So, you top 8 with Mono Blue Devotion, then you're playing Mono Blue Devotion, or you played Mono Blue Devotion in this event to a 7-0-1 record. So I'm sensing that you maybe know your way around a Master of Waves.
I've played the deck for about 7 months now.
Okay.
Ever since Pro Tour Dublin.
Fair enough. Okay, so it was not a tough decision for you deciding what standard deck to play for this event. Yeah. All right, cool. And it definitely worked out well for you.
Yeah, I love the deck. I think it's very well positioned in the format.
Sure. All right. Legacy, the format you'll be playing today, you're playing Bug Delver. Yep. Is Legacy a format that you have a lot of experience with?
No, not at all. Maybe like a couple local Game Store top 8s, but I played a lot of Rug Delver, and this is that's why we chose to play this deck, because it felt very similar to Rug Delver in the sense that we have Stifle Wasteland, so it's like I'm used to that sort of style of deck.
Yeah, okay.
So.
All right. You'll be up against Will Cruz, who is also playing Delver.
Yeah.
Kind of a different spin on it, playing the 4-color Grixis Deathrat Shaman Delver.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that matchup?
We tested it last night. I think I'm a dog game 1 because I'm on the draw and he has Stifle Wasteland, which, that's legacy.
Sure.
But I think, post-board, when we bring in more removal spells, Toxic Deluge, stuff like that, he also doesn't have a lot of good answers to True Name Nemesis.
Okay.
And that's, probably one of our best cards against him.
Sure.
And he also doesn't have a lot of answers to Tarmogoyf because he doesn't have his own Tarmogoyfs. So I like the matchup.
All right. I like it. It sounds like you've got a plan.
Yeah.
I approve. Always have a plan going into invitational top 8s. Now, one last question. You are 3 matches away from having your very own Devin O'Donnell token, which we will hand out to all attendants at our Open Series all throughout.
Yeah.
If you win, what creature type will you be? What sort of Devin O'Donnells will people be attacking and blocking with?
I feel like it's kind of fitting that I should be a 1/0 elemental token from Master of Waves.
Okay.
Because that's the only deck I've played in Standard for so long. And
all right. So hopefully we'll see some Master of Waves decks in the next Standard.
also, when you play Master of Waves, you usually put a lot of me into play.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be the appeal. Like you want to put as many of yourself into
Yes.
play as possible.
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks.
We're going to send it back to Nick, who is sitting with your 6th seed, Jared Betcher.
Welcome back to our top 8 interviews. I am Nick Miller, alongside 6th seed Jared Betcher. A familiar spot for you.
Somewhat.
This is your 3rd straight invitational top 8. Along with Tom Ross, who's doing it this weekend, only 2 other players have done that. Shaheen Sarani, Jerry Thompson. Pretty good company.
Yeah,
How do you feel going into this top 8?
I feel pretty comfortable. It's just another game. It's against, I think, a rough matchup, but not entirely sure.
That rough matchup being Tom Ross and Infect. You played them last weekend in DC, but you were playing Blue, White, Red Delver. How do you think the matchup for Sneak and Show fares against that type of deck?
I think game 1's a little rough, but I think I have a solid plan for post board.
I assume that post-board plan involves Blood Moon.
Yeah,
Is that the key card you think in the matchup against him?
I'm
or-
pretty sure.
And what has to go right for you to win game 1?
I just have to somehow be a turn faster than him, which is going to be real hard considering he is on the play, so I'm not sure if it's going to work out.
All right. You opted to play Sneak and Show this event. You've played 2 Painter variants in the past 2 invitationals. What was the decision to come back to Sneak and Show, a deck that you have won an Open with, 2nd place at a GP with?
I felt it was just a really good meta call. It's good against Shardless Agent decks. It's good against the Delver decks, in my opinion. And it's done well for me before, and I have experience with it, so I thought it was a really good call for this weekend.
All right. Talk about your day 2 experience.
Came into day 2 at X2. I had to try win out Legacy, and then just 2 more in Standard. I lost 1 in Legacy to my own mistakes, and then had to win the next 3 in Standard, which I was able to do, and then draw in the last round. So it was a little bit of a sweat.
All right. Well, this is your 3rd try. If you take down this invitational, you've got a token. What's your choice?
I think Seder, but I'm not 100% yet.
For Rebel of the Fallen Gods and Xenagos?
Indeed.
Those cards. All right, well, we'll get a lot of play. We know that. I'm going to send it over to Andrew Shrout and Chi Ho Yim.
Hey guys, Andrew Shrout. I'm sitting with your 5th seed, Chi Ho Yim. How's it going, Chi Ho?
Hey Andrew, how's it going?
I am doing fantastic, and you're doing fantastic as well.
Yeah.
You've been here before. This is your
Yes.
second invitational top 8. You actually top 8'd the last invitational in Columbus.
Yep.
A lot of Open Series success. Two
Yeah.
Legacy Open wins, or really, 2 Standard and Legacy Open wins. One
Yeah.
of each, I believe.
One of each.
So done a lot of work
Yeah.
on the Open Series, and you've got a bit of a reputation. Normally, I would ask why you chose to play the decks that you did.
Yeah.
You chose to play Blue-White Control in Standard and Blue-White-Red Miracles in Legacy. And that's kind of your thing, right? You play a lot of control.
That's the only decks I play, so why switch?
All right. So 5-1 and 2 record in Standard. Got out to a strong lead. Got to take that last draw in.
Yeah, double draw is nice.
Yeah, it really is. And then 7-1 in Legacy with Miracles. Is Miracles the deck to play? The deck to beat in Legacy?
I like it. I know how to play it pretty well, so I'm just gonna stick with it.
All right, fair enough. Your matchup in the quarterfinals will be playing against Pete Ingram, who's playing Bug Delver.
Right.
How do you feel about that matchup?
I didn't really actually test it, but I played it a bunch before, so I think I know what's going on. So I'm pretty comfortable with it.
Sweet. Okay. The last question I have for you And I know you actually answered this question a couple months ago in Columbus. So maybe your answer's changed. I doubt it has.
No.
But for those who didn't catch it the first time, if you win, you will have your very own Chi-Hoi Yim token.
Yep.
What do you want your token to be?
Let it be a 4/4 Angel.
Okay.
Gotta put those entreat into play, man.
So you gotta Miracle Entreat the Angels, toss a bunch of Chi-Hois into play.
Oh, yeah.
Swing for 20.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
Fair enough. All right. Thanks for sitting down with Chi-Hoi.
All right, man.
We're going to send it to Nick, who is sitting with your 4th seed, Pete Ingram.
Welcome back to the sideboard for the top 8 interviews. I'm Nick Miller alongside Peter Ingram. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Getting ready for a pretty sweet invitational. You are a 4 seed.
I am.
Playing Bug Delver. Talk about your invitational experience. You went 7-0-1 in Legacy with your Bug Delver deck.
Yeah, Legacy is not typically my format. I play it very infrequently, but I saw this deck and I really liked the idea of just going turn 1 Deathrite Shaman or Delver of Secrets and protecting it and disrupting my opponent, so I was pretty sold on it. The deck feels phenomenal. I highly recommend it if you want to play Legacy.
You were playing against Chi-Hoi Yim in the quarterfinals. He's playing Miracles. Do you have much experience with this matchup?
I played it against Reed in day 2 of the Invitational. I managed to defeat him. I played a little bit last night, a little this morning. I think it's a relatively fine matchup.
What are the key cards, the key strategies you need to employ to take down such a controlling deck?
I really hope to just stick a Dark Confident and defend it and just ride the card advantage. I was told that he might sideboard in Keranos, which might be a problem. I think that if a counterbalance and top get online, then I'm sunk unless I have Abrupt Decay. So.
All right. This is your first Invitational top 8. Have you thought about your token choice if you take the tournament down?
Yes, I will probably make a 2/2 red-green Satyr from Xenagos.
All right, well, we have 2 people vying for the Xenagos Satyr token. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
I'm going to send it back to Andrew Shrout, who's with Tom Ross.
Hey, guys. Andrew Shrout. I'm sitting with your 3rd seed, Tom Ross. How's it going, Tom?
What's up, Andrew?
Now, you've been here before. In fact, you've been here very recently. This is your 3rd top 8 in a row, 3rd Invitational top 8, and this will be your 2nd win if you take it down.
Yeah.
You actually won the most recent Invitational.
That's a big if, but
it is a big if. I'm not trying to make any predictions here, but you are our reigning Invitational champion. So how you feeling about taking it down again?
I feel at ease this time.
Okay.
There's less pressure.
Sure.
I could win, I could not.
You've got less to prove this time?
Yeah.
And you've already got 1 token, too. Well, a card with your picture on it, anyway.
Yeah, I got the poison counter.
Yeah.
That was sweet to have.
So we'll start with Standard first. You've chose to play Rabble Red in Standard. Mono Red has been your forte this entire Standard season. There was a prominent red deck actually named after you before Goblin Rabble Master came along and stole a little bit of your thunder. But talk to me a little about why you chose to play this particular build, this particular deck. Pitch it to me a little.
It's good. It's aggressive. It's what I'm used to. Rabble Master is just a very good card. We saw Chris Van Meter win with Jund Monsters with Rabble Master as the main deck.
I think it's a card we're going to have to get used to, huh? And then in Legacy, of course, you are also playing your deck, the deck that you're very well known for. You chose to play Infect, blue-green Infect. You splashed white this time. Again, there's not much of a reason to ask why you chose to play that deck, because it would be a question if you didn't choose to play that deck, I think.
I had it on me. I like Brad Nelson's Mono Red Sneak Attack deck, too.
Sure.
But there weren't any Sandstone Needles around, so I had to go back to Infect.
Just went with the old faithful, and it definitely worked out for you. Posted a 7-1 record in Legacy with Infect. The last question I'll ask, and this is a particularly interesting question for you because you already have a token, but if you win, you get to make another token. So what's next on the plate?
I'd make a Sliver token, which is made by Sliver Hive and Sliver Queen.
Yeah, the 1/1 colorless Sliver.
Yeah, I played Slivers in my first Pro Tour, which was New Orleans 2001.
Okay.
And I was playing a Sliver deck then, so
All right.
I like them in Modern too.
Sure. Yeah, it's a token you could still play, in the present and Modern, and kind of has some sentimental value to you.
I think it'll be around forever too. I don't want a token that would rotate like a Satyr token or something.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, slivers are definitely timeless. Yeah, not a bad idea. All right, cool. Well, thanks for sitting down with me, Tom.
All right. Thank you.
We're going to send it to Nick Miller, who is sitting with our second seed, Will Cruz.
Welcome back to the sideboard for our invitational top 8 interviews. I'm Nick Miller alongside Will Cruz. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. You're our number 2 seed. You were the longest undefeated player in the tournament, defeating Reed Duke at 8-0 to improve. How'd your day 2 go? Obviously, your day 1 was pretty good.
It's pretty rocky.
Oh, got to get the mic back up there. Excellent.
All right. We're good?
Anyway, day 2 was a little rocky.
Yeah. After day 1, I was really just hoping to cash, to be honest. And then I took my first loss in round 10, and I started to kind of doubt myself. But fortunately, I was able to turn it around and cinch top 8 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, I would say you did a little better than Money, the event. You're in the top 8.
So far, so good.
You've got your 4-color Delver deck. How'd you come to the idea to play that deck?
Honestly, I play very little Legacy, so I just look at top 8 lists. This looked really fun to play. I like Young Pyromancer a lot. And I like Deathrite Shaman, collect that guy, so got to put him on the map in case he's not already there.
Bunch of very powerful cards. I saw you talking with Eric Rill earlier today.
Yes.
You know, a pioneer of that kind of deck.
Yes,
did he give you any words of wisdom?
He did. He helped me try to tune my suboptimal sideboard. He gave me some good advice, I think, for the matchup, so hopefully I can put it to use.
And you play against Bug Delver in the quarterfinals. What do you think of that matchup? It looks to be pretty grindy.
Yeah, I think it will be very grindy. Lands will be at a premium. Deathrite Shaman, super important. He doesn't have a couple of cards that I expected him to have, so that's nice, like Golgari Charms, very hard for me to beat. So that's nice, but it will be a very tough matchup against a good player.
All right, well, if you win this big event, you get a token. What do you got?
Well, I want to do, my buddy Derek Sheets won one of these, and he made a bird token, and we're twins, so I wanted to make a bird like him, but I think I would probably go with Xenagos, the Satyr token, very popular choice apparently this weekend, but I'm a fan of Reveling, so.
There is a large percentage that one of our winners picks a 2/2 Satyr token, so good luck in the quarterfinals and the rest of the top 8 if you advance. I'm going to send it over to end your shot with our number 1 seed, Alex Finchley.
Hey guys, Andrew Shroud. I'm sitting with your first seed, Alex Finchley.
Hello.
How's it going, Alex?
Nice to meet you.
You have had some close calls.
Yeah.
You're from the New York area. You've played in some of the stops here in New Jersey when we've come on the Open Series. You've lost a couple of win and ins.
Yeah.
But you won a big win and in yesterday.
Yeah, it was tight. I almost punted. I did punt game 2, but then we brought it back game 3 with Triton Tactics on our Judges Familiars.
Sweet.
Golgari Charm, and got nothing on that.
Right on. All right. So with the win, jumped you all the way up to the first seed, having a big breakthrough performance here at the Invitational.
Yeah.
So I assume you're
great.
Pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk briefly about your standard deck first. You went 7-1 with Mono Blue.
Yeah, it's really good. Everyone was like, don't play Mono Blue this weekend. And I was like, I audibled to it at the last minute. Mm-hmm. I had some practice with it before, and I was just like, I just wanted to catch Triton Tactics.
Fair enough.
It's so good.
And you did with an audience.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mono Blue worked for you in standard. You're playing Jund in Legacy. You played it to a 6-2 record.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it was fine. I'm not like really good at Legacy, but Jund I thought was the best mid-range deck going into the tournament, and everybody's playing mid-range. So.
Okay. So not a lot of Legacy experience going into this tournament. Your opponent in the quarterfinals has a little bit of Legacy experience.
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah, you're up against Reed Duke playing Miracles. How do you feel about that matchup?
Well, it's supposed to be good for me. I played it before and I won, but like, I don't know. He's really good. I don't know the matchup as probably much as he does, but I'm just going to do my best. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and then the last question for you. You are 3 matches away from having your very own Alex Finchley token.
Yeah.
If you take down this Invitational, what creature type will you be?
Probably the 1/0 Elemental from Master of Waves.
Okay.
You know?
All right.
I'm casting it all day, so.
Sure. Yeah, spoilers. You're not the only one that I've interviewed with who said that. We have competing interests trying to put a bunch of themselves into play with Master of Voice.
I was gonna do the Zendikar bird, but Derek Sheets already has a bird, so you know.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll be rooting for you.
Yeah, thanks,
man. That'll do it for our player interviews. These players are ready to get to battle. We're gonna take a quick break, but we'll be right back with live coverage of the top 8 of the Invitational. Stick around.